I always tell people if you want something, you have to work for it. You have to work for it because some things don't come naturally. I know there are some things that can come naturally, but other things cannot come naturally. Like success doesn't come naturally, happiness doesn't come naturally, uh, titles don't come naturally. Some of them you have to work hard so that you can achieve them. That is it. And there's no way we can go about it. So, I remember when we were in high school, if we wanted better grades, we would have time for general readings in the night, like revision, and also some private revisions after the general, maybe past 10 p.m. Some people would remain behind studying, yet others would go and sleep. The people who would remain behind doing revision on their own, it is 1 a.m. and someone is still in class trying to revise so that they can get better grades. And also, some people would go immediately when it clocks 10 p.m. Some of the people would go sleep. And guess who would get better results than the other? Of course, the person who stayed behind. After 10 p.m., they stayed behind, they stayed in class and did much revision. Then the people who would get less grades are the ones who would go to sleep immediately at 10 p.m. So I want you to imagine, I want you to put also this thing in real life. Now that we are done with studying, and maybe there are some habits we used to do when we are still studying. Can we also bring those habits here in real life so that we can be able to achieve what we want? If you use it not sleep, you would ask yourself, if I'm going to sleep at 10 p.m., maybe the next month I have papers and I've not read much enough. What am I going to write in the paper? And how will my grades look like? Every time I would ask myself such a question, whenever I would not get an answer, I would stay behind when others have gone to sleep. I make sure that I stay behind, I revise, and also I make sure that I wake up earlier than any other person. And yes, the results were amazing. The results were interesting. Even my teachers enjoy marking my papers because they know this person has read and they are expected to pass exams. And yes, I would pass. Why? Because I would read twice as much as others. Other people would be sleeping, me I be in my books reading. Even in real life, we want good things. We want better results, but how are we going to get them? We have to work twice as hard as any other person. You have to work twice more than what other people are doing. If you want to maybe submit reports on Friday at 2 p.m. and how are you going to submit reports? You have to make sure that from Monday to Thursday you have everything in place. Then you just add the other day of what of a Friday and make sure you do what you submit your reports at 2 p.m. Or you have to stay behind after 5 when other people have gone back home. You have to stay behind and make sure you complete your reports so that you are able to present them at the right time. I always see a lot of people at work struggling with reports. I'm late for this, I'm late for that. But it's because you don't prepare yourself early enough. You don't work harder than any other. If some people can be having less work and be like, let's go for lunch. You also go with those people who don't have much work to do and you spend 1 hour for lunch instead of maybe spending 30 minutes for lunch, then you go back to what to your work so that you are able to submit in time. Even in any other aspect, if you some of us are not coming from well-off families, some of us are what are the foundations of ourselves. We don't have any support from behind. It is us to support ourselves. It is us to motivate ourselves. It is us to do anything possible so that things can come out, so that results can come out. And how are we going to do it? We have to work twice as much as what other people are doing. Maybe some people are coming from well-off families, and we also want to do what? To fit in those categories. What are we going to do? We have to work twice as hard as what? As these people are what are doing. You have to budget your salary. If you receive this amount of money, you have to budget for it. Don't spend like the other person who already has assets, who their parents maybe gave them like rentals, and every month they are collecting a certain amount of money. So they have salary and also the other one the side income. But then you only depend on salary, and there's no problem with that. When those people are going out, those people who have backup, when they are going out on a Friday evening, don't follow them. Don't follow them, because you are even going to spend the less money you have. You are going to spend it with those people who are well off, those people who already have maybe support from their families, and you don't have any support. Hmm? You have to know who you are and what you want and how can you get it. You have to work harder more than what these other people are working. You have to make things possible. You have to come out with results, not just working. We have to do what our work should reflect on, what should reflect with the results. You can't spend the whole night in office, you go home late at night, then the next day you are the one, you are the last performer. Other people are performing better and they go home early. Then for you who stays in office, you are what? You are the last. You have poor performance. So do what? Let's work twice as hard as possible in this life so that we can have results. So that we can. Some people, I remember those days when we were in primary, our parents would wake us up. They'd be like, you have to first dig from here to there, then you can go what? You can go to school. Because we would not have what to eat if we would not do that. So even you can do it. You can practice it now. If our parents would tell us first dig, if you wake up in the morning before going to work, before going to chase that job, first have something for yourself, which something can bring money into your life. What can you do that can bring money so that you also don't depend on salary alone? What if salary delays? Are you not going to pay the monthly obligations you have to do, because they're obligations and you have nothing to do about them? So maybe you can plan, you can open up an online shop, sell something. It is going to bring you income. From maybe 5 a.m. to 7 or to 8 a.m. I can be able to sell, I can deliver these items to customers. Or after work from 5 p.m. to maybe 10 a.m. I'm available for business and I can do deliveries to clients. Have something, work harder than any other person so that you can also fit in the society. Don't rely on another person who is well off. Some of us are not well off, and how can we do better is by doing what? By doing is by working harder than any other person. Have those small things that you can do harder than any other. Learn a new skill that any other person doesn't have, and make use of that skill. If they are looking for someone who is qualified in this, you are the first person to go. When other people are seated, maybe they are like, we don't know this, but for you, you know.